Hello everybody and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. It's fantastic Mr. Ghost here. Wow, our next project. Molten Super Steel. And this will be nice because then we'll get at least substations and the Mark II cargo bots. Yes, for the hub. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. So yeah, this is the mess we'll be working on today. And there's a lot going into this, man. A lot of just little bits and bobs, man. All this stuff. So I'm not done storyboarding this yet, but I'll do that. But I wanted to cover some things before I get too crazy with all the projects. So first thing is first, the iron build. I like to keep things current, you know, and fresh. So you guys understand what's going on with these builds. Because you might come along and have problems. And, you know, some folks might, yeah, because I spend a lot of time monkeying around with this crap. I added more the pressure because this isn't meant to run consistently. In Hellmod, it's like, oh, you only need 0.5 machines, you know. Well, I want to see it run. You know, I start to adjust things. The output can stall. I don't care. It's just that if I start seeing stalls in the middle, then I fix things. So I put speed modules in here because I can't fit them in. 1, 2, 3, 4 have speed modules because the pressurized air is having trouble. I figure that's an easy fix. So why am I gonna, you know, do that? So this is a pain in the ass. But Hellmod is like, oh, you need this many pressure to run this many % machines, you know. But I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get that air going. So here's version 2, I guess you could say, because first I piped it. So the pulp stage 2 is overdriving the pipe, even with the 80% valve. And I think the 80% valve is only working on a little section of pipe. So when you put a pipe down, it's like, oh, 80% of that. Okay. But the problem is it's 80%. Then it fills the whole pipe eventually. And there's only a little bit left in that pipe. And then the stupid thing stops. Now, it's helpful for supplementing, but it's not helpful for controlling, right? So if I need more because I'm running low, great. But I have plenty. So this pulp stage 2 from here, from the centrifugal pan, I got plenty of unslimed iron cranking through here. So the problem was the 80% valve was like, oh, yay, I got more. So when this pulp stage 2 did come from stage 6 here, you know, the pipe was already jammed up. So I've got a pump set to 500, and these tanks, I like these tanks because they're inline and small enough, 2 tiles by 2. So boom, it's done. So I did this for iron to steel and iron. So this should fix it, and I'm gonna go with it. You can't circuit network pumps will not fail you. So that I fixed that. A little wonk there. Tried to fix that up. All right, the next thing is LTN and the problems that I'm getting from it. Okay, so I'm trying to eliminate the problems that could occur. And then if I'm still having problems, there's something else going on. So I was out, I was upgrading some of the copper cable. It was hot air, hadn't gotten around to it yet. So now the hot air has copper cable being delivered instead of copper plates. And I had a train I noticed a train delivering something weird again. It's going to the wrong stop. So I'm thinking that, I think I mentioned this in the last episode, that the temporary stop is being attached to the wrong stop. And there was something on, I think it is on Reddit, where somebody else had the problem. And they were like, why? It's 2 years ago, though. So I don't know. So anyway, what I did is I'm coming to this train tab here, train overview. This is a really good troubleshooting tool for this particular problem I'm having. So first thing I did was I came to the stations tab here, and I have 1,465 unique stops. And what I did is I looked for anything that was duplicated. Now you'll see that there are some. The TSM yards will have more than one stop named the same, and that's how it's supposed to be. So anything that's not TSM, I renamed. You'll see that I have just, very numbers and blah, blah, blah. So BOF 00737274, I just kind of was taking numbers and, removing them. And the other thing about train stops is if you are looking at a train stop, let's say I click on this one here, it'll have a 1 here too. So I as well, 1 here as well, not 2. And so you'll know, oh, there's multiple stops named this way, this one and another one, or 3 or 4 or whatever. So I'm using this train stations tab here, which is awesome. I love this feature here. And I made all the stops unique. The exception is TSM. They have to be the same because you have more than one train going to one stop. It's either a loader or an unloader. In my case, it's unload. And so all these are unique now because I'm trying to now TSM or LTN doesn't care about stop names. It cares about coordinates. But like I said, I think the coordinates are getting goofed up somehow, and it's attaching it to the wrong stop. So the other troubleshooting tool is if I have trains waiting, like right now, these are all TSM trains or trains that I have set up for point to point. There's only one material that I got to put on TSM. I'm going to do it now. Well, as soon as I get done with this project here, I might swing back around. And that's the light oil. So I want to have a consolidation for the light oil or a yard. So I'll have one train, just like I have the condensates, one train picking up light oil. And there's only 2 light oil trains right here. So it's not like a high priority project, but it would eliminate a train from the map and it would tie it into TSM. So if I have any light oil that I got to pick up, I can consolidate it and at the shale oil processing area. And I might have a separate light oil and condensates processing area because it's getting kind of out of control because I'm getting a lot of condensates. So that I'm trying to troubleshoot what is going on with LTN. And it was weird because I was setting up, just as I'm setting up a copper cable thing, I was converting over one of the, it was a different build, I think it was going to. The copper cable got delivered to the lubrication build where I'm taking ash and fish oil and making lubrication. I'm like, why is this delivering here? And it actually unloaded there too. So there is a problem where if I don't have filter inserters, it's just one item. Eventually the lubrication build would have shut down, at least the ash part. So I think it's up here. Yeah, here it is. So right here, this stop, I don't know. Yeah, see how I've renamed it with a bunch of crap. I don't know if LTN was confused, and it goes, oh, here's the temporary stop for this. It's named the same as this one. Oh well, it doesn't even care anymore. So I had copper cable in this case. Now that is a problem because this is not filtered. On builds that are filtered, it still could be a problem because I'm having material that's not supposed to be there. And that case could get jammed up. Well, obviously the build is shut down. I'll go there and I'll figure it out. But that's not something you want to have to deal with. I don't want to be running around trying to fix these problems. So I'm trying to use the train tab for troubleshooting that. Okay, the next thing I did is I have one more yard to fix or to upgrade. And that is here. So the plan is I have, here, paste. Here we go. So I was testing this out and I can fit the new high throughput yard here down below the phosphate rock. I was like tunnel vision. I'm like, oh, I can't fit it in here. Duh. So yeah, put it here, dummy. So I'm going to rip this up after the episode is done and rebuild it with the new yard. And so everything is updated now, at least I think. Got one here and one down here. One thing that you got to be careful about is you got to make sure that they are named, you know, the yard name that you're using. I'm using the Depot General 1. So I found a yard I didn't have named correctly. It was all random names. I'm like, crap. So luckily I fixed it. Or I saw it and I fixed it, you know. So everything is all good now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to testing this base with all these new upgrades to the yards here. Okay, let's talk about the projects I'm going to be doing in the next couple episodes here really quick because I wanted to get that out there. We're going to be rebuilding molten zinc next because it's drinking my iron sticks pretty quick. So this build is double capacity with the high grade tin, high grade zinc, not tin. And this is weird. I got zinc waste and it won't resolve it. I don't know why. Or wait, it's sitting here. Zinc waste. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, so I have to figure that out. Yeah, this is very helpful up here. Hellmod's been acting weird as well. I know Krydex is having a problem with it too, but it was something specific. He likes to use the nested stuff and links, which I don't. I could do it. I could figure it out, but there's hardly any good tutorials out there on Hellmod. It's unfortunate because, you know, a lot of people don't play the, you know, crazy mods like pYanodons and all that. So anyway, zinc is going to be next, and it allows me to double the output and I think keep the input the same, and it reduces the, well, actually, I think it reduces the iron stick because, yeah. So I think I'm at 25 right now. I do max rate over the build to see where it's at, but it's kind of tricky because it may not tell you the exacts, you know, because those machines aren't running full time. They're not supposed to. So in Hellmod, they're not supposed to. It's like, oh, this is 1.2 machines or 1.35 machines. Well, max rate is like, oh, you got 2. That's what you want to run. Yeah, here you go. You're deficient. It doesn't tell me. So it might, it gives you the per machine and if you're deficit. So that's all it does. But anyway, at least that's what I think it does. So molten glass here is the next one. I'm going to do that, I think, after the zinc because there's a lot of stuff I can simplify. And this is going to reduce the stone consumption massively. And then one belt of quartz, though. Now, I haven't resolved, I think there's a gravel. Yeah, I thought this thing kicked out, it doesn't kick out stone anymore. I don't know why. Well, yeah, so this would get turned into sand, you know, because we need the sand. So, yeah, like I said, massive reduction in stone. Now, I'm going to use a whale for this, obviously, in a train, you know. But right now, yeah, it's insane the amount of quartz and stone this thing eats. So glass will be the next one. And we're using the purified quartz. I don't know if there's anything after this. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. And then this is going to kick out 18,000 a minute. It's insane. Oh, we got a iron oxide output from this. Okay. I haven't looked at this in detail. I just kind of quickly went through and set it up here. And yeah, this is going to be nice. So here's we got sodium carbonate. Oh, look at this. Here. Oh, yeah, bisulfate. See, this is so let's get into that real quick. Let's get out of there. So I'm queuing those up. So you notice here at the beginning, I'm going to be doing these builds outside and training them in. We're going to need the organic solvent here or industrial solvent for other builds. So I'm just going to get this. I did it within, I think, one of the builds down south, but it made sense to do it because I had room and, you know, whatever. Now, yeah, so I'm going to do organic or the industrial solvent outside of the build now for this. And we're going to need it for a couple other builds going forward. And the driver is, there's 3 inputs to this. And then of course this one here, we're going to be using it for a lot of things going forward now. So it's time to just bite the bullet and do it outside of the build here. A lot of salt. So sodium bisulfate. Those are off the network. And as you can see, that's why right here. So I'm still bringing salt in though for one of the machines. So let me key on some highlights here. There are a bunch of feedback loops. I think 2 or 3. The blue liqueur, we get that from an output. The industrial solvent becomes used, and it the processing is way over here. Here it is. So we consume it here in this machine. And this machine also has a loop back as well. And that is the vanadium solution. But it kicks out the used solvent. Here's the used solvent. It gets spun back out. And we get organic solvent and blue liqueur. Now the organic solvent, it's a 100-second craft, so it's quite a bit, you know. So that I'm going to pipe down to the steel build, iron to steel, right here. And it makes sense to do that because when super steel runs, steel is running, right? So that's where that's going to go. Otherwise, I'd be like, crap, what do I do with this? So now we got the blue liqueur here, and that goes back to the beginning. And we reuse it here. So we got to put it back in the system. And the first stage of our vanadium stuff here, pulp stage 1, uses the blue liqueur. So that's where we kick it in. And I've got a pump here set to 500. Now, there's another rub here. The vanadium precipitate, I think it's called, or solution. So you'll see this machine here, it creates the organic vanadates and vanadium solution. It kicks it out. Well, that's great, but there's a chicken and eggs thing going on here. So this one goes all the way to here. Here it is right here. Now we need it for this process. This one, the vanadium concentrate. But we need the vanadium concentrate for this way. It goes back over here. So we need it to create it, but we need it to create, yeah, see, chicken egg. Well, luckily, there's this machine. So we have a evaporator and evaporator. So we take some of our blue liqueur here from this tank here, pipe it up, and it's input output. Great. So that solved that problem. I was kind of like, oh, what's this now? So I have this set to 500 to make sure this tank has enough in it so that it can run, and we don't want to overdrive the pipes because of this machine needs to kick out. So we need to consume first from here, and then we supplement from here. I don't know if it's going to need a supplement, but we do need to kickstart it, that's for sure. Because this machine won't run without the process further down. So once this runs, then we get the this input here, the vanadium concentrate. So this will be our Kickstarter, and I have a feeling it's going to be a top up too. So it'll keep it topped up so that we have enough. So that I think is the highlights there. I think I got everything covered. We'll see. You know, this is the fun part. I like designing it, and then we slap it down, get the trains coming in, you run it, and you see what breaks, and then you try and adjust and all that. Maybe it requires a complete rebuild. Who knows? So that's what's fun. And a lot of complexity here. Oh, and at the end here, I am actually now. I don't know if I'm going to break down and do it yet, but because it's easy to do sand, pure sand to sand, or sand to pure sand to silicon. But I think the silicon's going to be coming up a lot more in the future here. So I'm considering a silicon build that is specific. And, you know, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I don't want to train sand around. I'd rather do it off of a stone patch or something, but that's kind of a pain because you got to deal with. I'd like to have everything centrally located, the shale oil and stuff. So if I'm crushing off of a stone patch, then you got to move because the stone patch runs out eventually. So I like to have the build separate from the resources because you never know where the resources are going to be, and I don't want to move things constantly, especially for this mod, you know. So I'm going to do the silicon on site for this one here, and right now we're just looking to get the bots in the substations. So building in the future is going to be a lot nicer because we'll have more wire, you know, electricity coverage. So that's the whole plan there. I can work well with these Nextlit power poles though. These are really nice, and there's only one tile. The substations are nice for things like this. I can just run across the build, boop, 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 and it's done. So I don't have to figure out, well, I got to put it in here, put it in there, blah, blah. It'll cover a lot. 18 by 18. It's nuts. Okay, so I'm going to put these two in. I'll show you what I got when I get it. And then this one will fire up and troubleshoot it and go through it. All right, let's get cracking. All right, folks. I thought I'd break in here. This is kind of an interesting build here. I'm over here. I did a little curvy do rail. Boop-a-doo-boop. so I can do something here. This is where that yard used to be, I think. Oh, no. Yeah, well, I think I had a yard here, and I got rid of it, and then I had the titanium, or no, this stuff right here, tin chromium alloy, where we need the low distillates and all that to make the grease. Yes. Oh, by the way, there is a grease recipe later on. I think I mentioned that. It takes lubrication and something else. I don't know. It's a lot easier than this freaking low distillate stuff. Okay, so we got the industrial solvent. There we go. Yep. So I'm going to copy that there. And this is why I did the soda ash, you know, by the ash, Kicalcs and all that. Because I saw this. I'm like, well, yeah, there's quite a few that we're going to need for this. The industrial solvent, mainly one of them there. Okay, that's good. Let's see. I've got this set to... Yeah, I got the combinite around there. And then I'm doing a 10,000 provide threshold there. So, you know, we get trains coming here only when there's enough. Now, here is... Yeah, so that's all that... Now, here is the sodium chloride pickup. Because, you know, I got the drilling fluid too. Then I got the guts. And chlorine is prioritized. So mining fluid too. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that. I did, finally. I got over there. And it's by here. There it is. So I bumped up. And I got the guar bean seeds here now. So I got the dual stop thing going on. And like I said, this is going to be more frequent than... the guar beans are be more frequent than the sand, copper, and that. And the trains can sit out here. That's why I don't do queues. Because this is the queue here. Yeah, I could back up some builds a little bit, but trains get moving. You know, they're not here very long, so I did do that there with the guars. So this is going to be the collection tank for the hydrogen chloride kicking out of there. I got it set to 25,100. Provide priority. Oh, I forgot to set the combinates here. So organic solvent is here. Okay, I'll do this real quick. And here we go. So I set the pumps up. I forgot to do that. And organic solvent. I think this, it's a pretty slow craft. 10 seconds. I didn't limit the case, or the tank. I'm pretty tight. Anyway, I can't put a pump in here anymore. Oh well, let it run. Yeah, so I'm not worried about these resources as much. I got it on my list to do the organic solvent with the bone meal from the Ulrichs. But it's not a top priority thing, you know. All right, let's get this going here. I was able to belt to directly to the machines and then belt directly to the case. So it's like, whoop. Pretty cool. Provide at 100. I've got it set to 4 slots. This is the salt. I'm bringing 1,000 to 1,000 threshold, 2,000 total. So when it drops to 1K, bring me everything. And here is the sulfuric acid for that. Glad I rebuilt all that stuff because, you know, this is the syngas is the rebuild with the coal bed gas and sulfuric acid, obviously acid gas too, or the hot air too with coal bed gas. I'm curious what's going on here. Gosh, look at this, man. I was crying. I wasn't getting enough acid gas, and now I got too much. And look at this. Yeah. I got plenty now. Yeah, I mean, I need more consumers now. So I figure over time, we'll start to add more consumers of acid gas later. So maybe that'll balance out as we add more. That's kind of how I look at it. So let's see what we got going on here. So 5,100. Yeah, these are pretty slow. Oh, now you should be calling a train. Oh, soda ash is a little higher. So, it's 200, 200, 200. I wonder if I don't think I have a syngas counter on that. I just set up, 10.5 just for the hell of it. I don't know why. See, I don't know what's going on with LTN. Why are you not calling this train? It should fire. Boom. Finally. It takes a long time. And that worries me because there might be some things going on in the background like that. That's probably my problem Is there something going on and LTN is calculating all this crap? That's what I worry about. Is there something else under the hood that's causing LTN to react too slow? And I had that problem with the stone and the sand. You know, stone to gravel to sand build. I'm like, come on, what's going on? These trains are taking forever to trigger. So I don't know what's going on. Now, I don't know. Let's see. This is, I don't think I have counters on these. Yeah, so the train just fills up. Boom. That's good and bad, you know. So there we go. All right, now where are you? Okay, here it comes. So this one, now this is the other issue. I have the cadaveric arms, and when they're sitting idle, once this purges out, because it takes forever to fill up, you know, these tanks. Because, well, I have one tank with sulfuric acid now. That's it. I was training that acid gas around like an idiot. There we go. But yeah, once that gets depleted, then it works on the other build. So I don't know if I should. I want to use that build over the other one though. You know. There we go. And these are 10-second. No, 4. That's pretty quick. So I figured the salt's gonna get. This is a big consumer of salt right here. Salt and sulfuric acid. So there we go. Now we're got this going here, and this is going. And once it buffers up, you know, it'll be, you know, there's not much going to be slurping out of here. It's going to be, you know, 10K at a time maybe or whatever. So I kind of figure this will keep up. But yeah, I am worried about LTN being, I don't know what's going on with it. So after I set up a new build, I'm going to go through these trains and make sure I don't have any sitting there, you know, doing doofy things. So there we go. So I have more room to build up this way here, and I'm really tight to the rail, so I have room right here to do a build. And I can even squeeze one in this way and go curve down. I think I can do that. You know, these onesie-twosie builds that, yeah, I got 3 things that need it, but it doesn't run that much. But it's hard to determine sometimes. All right, I'm going to get to work on this mess here. Wish me luck. It'll be fun. It'll be fun, though. It's just so daunting, you know. All these train inputs and products and belts and pipes. You know, it gets crazy. All right, here we go. Oh, gosh, folks. A couple hours went by between those cuts. Oh, man. I enjoy this puzzle, you know, trying to get this all to work. And also I learn a few things because I do Google some of the stuff here and try and learn, but I don't always remember to do it, though. But I kind of get the concepts, you know, of what the chemicals are doing. You know, evaporators, obviously, they're taking a chemical, you know. And, like, what's interesting about this is that the evaporator is taking a fluid and it's kicking out a fluid. So it's evaporating off something to get a more pure form of another thing. So, and yeah, there's no water input that, which is weird. So anyway, I'll stop babbling about things I don't know. I had to bump this back up against the tanks here. Luckily, well, yeah, I had a couple more, another space tile there, because I forgot water and steam. And no matter which way you twist this thing, it would require all this piping spaghetti. So the easiest thing was to move it back. So let's get this going. Oof. Yes, so I'm starting off with low numbers, and then I adjust them as I see the build working or not. Well, not working. So we'll get that. Now look at that fired up quick. Look at that. Boom. I'm telling you, man, LTN's being a jerk. So, all right, so these are the, yeah, all these fluids here. What's interesting is that this whole build right here, all this mess is the same thing, right? So I got 2 of these. Blue liqueur. Now I went crazy because I don't know. This was a tough one to do when I got to this point. And then the anthraquone was the drive here because I needed hydrogen peroxide. Who would know? Who would have thunk hydrogen peroxide would be so crazy involved? And yeah, the etching solution. So this is going way back, complex circuit era. I'd love to rebuild this thing eventually. I don't think there's an etching solution though. Recipe that is better or easier. Well, using more complex things, but not crazy. And I like using my Zyhifo shell buddies, you know, because we get the lime on that. Speaking of which, while these trains come, which there is one now, I've been watching the lime here. Here it is. And it is going down because, yeah, 25? It's mean. I don't know. It's gone down. But it all depends. There we go. So we're spinning these two together to get the Wyandottes. I like that insignia stamped on the fluid there. That's pretty cool. There we go. And we got a little bit of blue liqueur. So now we need the tailings dust. And yeah, this is why I built all that together. So, oh, and then we need iron oxide too. And like, yeah, so like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but we've done all this already. Up to, I think, here. Let's take a look. Well, that train's coming. I don't remember having a pressure pump. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And the hydrogen peroxide was what I needed for this here. For the etching solution. Sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid. Yeah. And then the lard, too. Wow, I didn't realize lard went in there. Oh my gosh, okay. Wow, okay, I might have to chop some augs up for lard. Get some lard out of them. And then I can take the bones and make it into lard as well. And then that's what's nice about that build. The augs are really versatile. Okay, so we're waiting on a couple more here. There we go. I did a quick check and I didn't see any trains doing stupid things. So I'll keep an eye on them. Make sure. I'm looking forward to this eating up a lot of the tailings here. I don't have this on a counter because it's just a freaking waste product at this point from here. Now, what's nice is that this is the overflow. And TSM is just, it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's insane. Okay, there's that. All right, we got our methane, or methanol. Oh, you know what? Oh, I screwed up. Oh, good. Okay, I you know what? I thought I had this stuff. There we go. Ammonia. I'm calling it over here. I'm glad I saw that. I think it's one of these or one of these tanks. Oh, yeah, and this is crazy. Look at this. All over the place. Hello, tailings. Yeah. Oh, it's 100. Yeah. 100 times 8. Okay, now. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot. Oh, no. I'll fix this. Hold on. And there we go. So now this will kick the blue liqueur on. And we should start seeing some action. Look at that. Puff a little steam. Thickening that stuff. There we go. Stage 1. I'm hoping that now I know that stage 1 and 2 are kind of, one needs more than the other. And there's Wyandottes. There we go. The pentoxide. Yeah, this one right here. It takes like 2 crafts to get going. And then we got our thickener, or our vanadium solution now. So there we go. Okay, now this is activated carbon. So over here, I have an ammonia right here. There we go. So this one comes out right here. So I'm going to pull this out because I'm not going to bring 2 trains in. For what? So I'll repipe this right now. There we go. Got the ammonia there. I just got to pull. Oh, I think this one's going straight to here. Sulfuric acid, and I don't have any, so I'm just gonna bite the bullet here and pull this up, and then pull that up to clear the thing out, get rid of that, and then I'll wire it up. So yeah, I'm not gonna move this tank. I don't like having it far back, but because it'll reach, you know. So, and then this comes out. Oh, glad I saw that. Let's call that now while I'm sitting here. Oh, look at this. Okay, now we've got up to here. We got the pressurized stuff. So we got, now this one's a tricky one. I'm hoping that the salt isn't a problem. The reason for that is I don't know how much I'm going to need of said salt for this process to run consistently. Well, I don't know if this has to run consistently, you know. Oh, there we go. Wow, that's cooking. So let's go ahead and get these trains going here. Okay, and so we got activated carbon. The sodium bisulfate, I think it's called. Yep. Chromium, for some reason, chromium is it breaks, I guess, mixed in, you know, and breaks chemically down into some cool stuff, you know. And then salt. Okay, we'll pull that up. So it looks like, oh yeah, and then the Ola chemicals. This one is just going. So, yeah, so this isn't meant to run full throttle because, you know, we're only requiring a little bit of that other stuff there. So, what concerns me is that always runs. So that's why I figure I might have to do some commutator stuff. See, look at this. We got all this now. I put the inserters in, and I'm testing it to make sure. Okay, that's coming. All right, then we got that. All right, so now I want this train to pop in here. It's kind of cool. We got 3, then some stuff, 3 more. You would think the stages would be right together, but they're not. Pretty cool stuff. All right. So yeah, with all this going on. Oh, I'm gonna call this one. That's a lot of stuff. Look at all that. Well, it's 6, but I wanted to get the sand and the silicon going. I think that's what it's called. And then we've got, yeah, this is the industrial solvent hydrogen peroxide. But I want to fire this up in stages here. Holy cow, look at that. Oh, that looks cool. I like the blue and white. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm a little kind of a full belt of this stuff. It's a lot. But what's good though, here's the thing. It's a good buffer. So if you have a double-sided belt, you know, like the salt and the chromium are low numbers. Or these two, what do you call it? The activated carbon and all that, and these other two, those are, it's going to be consumed in low numbers, so I have a lot there. So it doesn't really matter, you know. You can call 10,000 things, as long as you have a case to hold it. It's still going to consume, you know, at the same rate. Just that you're calling a lot of it at once, you know. So it'll last a long time, is the point. Okay, so now we are waiting on the salt. That's probably, it's just now getting here. Are you kidding me? Where did you come from? Well, it's hard to tell. Okay, so we got the activated carbon now. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got now the Vandates. That's going to be kicking along. So we're waiting on the kickback here. And, oh, water. I see. Hello. Hello, water. So I'm going to just drop down. Yeah, these inputs like this are easy to miss, man. But I'm okay with this because now I can get a pipe right up close. There we go. Now we got it. Okay, cool. All these little things. So now we're waiting on this stuff here. And that, what is going on? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this is the kickback part. There's the salt. Man, look at all this stuff. Well, we know the signaling works. That's why I like to run all the trains all at once, you know. And I don't mind, you know, as long as you signal right, you won't get a bind up. That's the main concern, is a bind up. As long as you signal right, you're fine. So, yeah, I'm using the regular inserters here and then the fast, or the stack, to go in. Wow, this is taking a while. Probably, oh, this is the, oh, wow, they're going to the rough fiber one. That's interesting. And that's got a counter on it, so that's unusual. I guess it's distance there for that one. Now the sand, wait, is the sand here? No. Where's the sand? So I have both the sand providers set to 1,000 provide priority or provide amount. So yeah, that is not good. Oh, why are you calling again? 62. Oh, 400. Yeah. So that's 62. Yeah, it makes sense. So I set both the 500, whatever. So hopefully that'll help. There's the niobium. Okay. Very good. All right, so the last thing here is the hydrogen peroxide and the industrial solvent. There's the sand. That'll start kicking. So, yeah, I hope that this is good. I can add more of these, you know, it's not a big deal. I can, you know, I got all this room, you know, I can belt out straight out this way and do the sand down here, and the silicon can stay here if I need more sand. So I've got this set to 1,000 provide, and then the pump is set to 10,000 molten super steel. Oh, one thing I want to mention, I don't know if I mentioned this before, I doubt I have, this is something I noticed. This steel build here can only support this stainless steel build. So this tank here, now granted steel ingots, you know, the beams or whatever you want to call them, those don't run very much, you know, for building it does. Now, the future plan would be to take this steel build here, and I can paste it, copy and paste it right here, and make a steel only build, and then cut this off, or vice versa. I could put a steel build here and then feed the stainless steel here. Since this is closer, I would probably pull this stop up and do a separate stainless steel build. Okay, there we go. One more train coming. Industrial solvent. Hydrogen peroxide is next. Yeah, look at this vanadium, whatever the heck. Vanadium pentoxide. It's coming pretty quick. Coming down the belt. Okay, this one is our hydrogen peroxide. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it went up. Oh yeah, it went up this way. Wow, why would it do that? Why would it go up that? Oh, it's the pickup's here. Yeah, so it went up and out. And there she is. And more cobalt. And boom. So now when this starts up, we get our feedback loop there. Look at that, it kicked on right away. And this one here, there we go. So that one's full. So we're waiting for the organic Vandates. There it goes. And now we got this thing cooking. Oh, there we go. The stages. Wow, that's fast. That one's going. That one's going. This is the vanadium main source. And what are we missing here? Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, I didn't need to wait for this. Look at how fast that's going. Boom, boom, boom. That's crazy. Okay, I forgot. All we need is the pipe for the stainless steel, and here it is over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect this one here. Better yet, this one. Holy cow, it's been a long time. I've wanted to do this for a long time, but man, the setup for this. Bam! Look at it go! Oh, wow. We got some already? There we go, folks. Okay, that's disabled, yeah. Holy crap. That's fast. Now, it's supposed to run like point, I don't know, something. It doesn't run that fast. So this one, when it gets up to 1,000, the train will call, and I don't know what I have this set to, and we'll get super duper steel. What is it at here? Here it is. Oh, I don't have it set up. I'm gonna go with the 1,100 here, or 11,000. Keep it keep it a little tighter, because you know I'll just be doing substations and the temporarily making the bots. So it'll call the train quick. Well, actually, let's see. I got this set to 1,000. Yeah. So this train should come right now. You know, as soon as LTN gets off its butt and decides to send a train. So I'm curious, though, as to how this is all going to work. So it looks like we got a little backup here. Yeah, something's backing up. Oh, I think it's the steam here. So, and I can't put this here. Maybe I could put it here. Yeah, I'll have to put more steam in. I did do a max rate calculator on that. Ah, there it is. There it is, folks. There it is. I think I'm going to take a ride with it, and we'll go over there, and we'll start up our new... Let's see, we'll go... Wait a minute. Oh, I deleted that one, didn't I? That's fine. I'll take my little doggo over here. 2,700. And there we go. Yeah, so with it's weird with LTN, you can set a low provide threshold, but have a high request threshold, or, you know, whatever. So I say, oh, I want 10 grand. Well, the train will still go, oh, well, I got 1,000 over here. I'll help you out a little. I kind of like that, but I also kind of don't. But it does force you to manage your materials and how they're shuffled, you know. And here we are, folks. Finally! Oh, come on! Uh-oh. Oh, okay, here we go. There we go, baby. Oh, look! Oh my god! Ah! It's a reality. All these little these little bugs I had to work out of the system, but hey, it's working now. Look at that! Oh my gosh, look at this. I love the color. There we go. You can use our bots to pick them up. Pick them up! That too. That too. There we go. Alright, you know what I'll be doing in between episodes? Making substations! Cool. So I'll send the, we'll go up to the hub and let's request them officially. Welcome home, stainless super steel, I should say. I was gonna say stainless super steel. Welcome home. Here it is. Wow, I picked up 144. I wonder why. So next episode, we're gonna have some fun with some bots and some substations, folks. And then I'll get the zinc stuff together. If anything, we'll work on the substations first, and then I'll get the zinc, kind of all the machines and stuff, and we'll rip it up, baby. Woo! Super steel. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.